Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm John.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Steve. Oh, baby.
I don't even know where... We were just talking off camera about, like... These episodes have to lead up to basically answering what happened with Aaron's dad between him and Zeke. I think it has to all lead up to that point of Aaron's dad going to take over the to take over or kill them.
Yeah, I think that there's like a good chance that like he was sent in just how like Reiner and them were sent in, and then somehow got his memory wiped. You know what I mean?
No.
Or no, because then he went in afterwards and still got him. So maybe he, I don't know.
We don't know how he. Was he actually was he faking his memory loss to that guy, or did something happen where the memories came back?
True.
Because I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he knew.
Because we also don't think that there was enough time for him to have eaten. What was her name? Fiona. Well,
is it Fiona? It's not Fiona.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Like, yeah.
Reese's daughter. And then to write those journals and leave them for Aaron, we think it was like pretty quick that he ate her and then gave the switch it to Aaron.
Yep.
So he had to have had his memories when
That's
he
what
was
I'm saying.
writing them.
Right. Well, plus we don't know like how long, like where do these journals end? We don't know where he left off. You know.
Yeah.
It seems like the way he was saying it was like he had finished them. Up to a point.
It seems, yeah, at least up to a point. But like, it's everything. It's like everything from his early. It started with his childhood, right?
Well, that just adds. So I was just thinking, like, in the first episode when he's leaving the house and he's saying bye and he shows Aaron the key, he's basically saying he was. I think at that point he was going to kill the Reeses. Essentially,
I think so.
He was going to do that. So those journals were done at that point. He was leaving to go do that. Because then I think we said, comes right back eventually. And then he gives him the key and turns him into a Titan.
Well, there's also a chance that he's been planning it since he
That's what we don't know.
His wife pregnant, you know what I mean? He started writing the books knowing, like, oh, one day I want, like, my son to know everything. Like, you know what I mean?
And then what's the deal with the picture? He had a photograph in one of the things that was... Oh, yeah,
and, like, nobody had a photograph, right? Well, nobody even knew what it was.
Not inside the walls, no.
Yeah.
But wherever he comes from. And then...
And it wasn't Aaron.
No, we don't... How could it be?
Right.
It was Aaron. It was another woman and Aaron. Or, well, another baby.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Right, so maybe he's got another kid somewhere.
That's my whole point. Is it like the same thing as, like, Reiner and Berthel, where they were sent in, like, and Annie... Like, he was sent in, and he actually did have memory loss, and he eventually just somehow regained it back, and then knew what he had to do, and that's why he did.
Could be.
But then why was Zeke saying he's, like...
Why is he against him?
Right.
Right, he said that, like, his dad was brainwashed him.
That's what made me think that maybe, like, they had a difference of opinion on what to do. Aaron's dad wanted to kill them. Zeke did. Maybe Zeke is more of, like, a pacifist, where he didn't want to... You know, not that I think he could be a pacifist, but, you know.
Maybe Zeke did want to kill him. Maybe Zeke wanted to kill all of them, and maybe Aaron's dad... It could even be possible that, like, when he ate her, that, like, something switched in him.
Yeah.
Because they're something special, you know what I mean? Not switching them, but, like, where he was like, oh, we need to preserve this. Like, we can't let Zeke get his hands on this.
Well, we know...
Because Zeke didn't know who... He had only heard of Aaron. Like,
we also don't know what the Reese Kings were learning. Like, what history were they learning? Is that what we're about to learn? I'm assuming is probably what
I guess.
Or that plus other stuff.
But Zeke didn't. Zeke knew of Aaron, right?
Oh yeah.
And he recognized him.
Yeah.
But he seemed like surprised.
He probably.
Aaron Yeager? Like.
He probably just wasn't expecting to bump into him, you know.
But why? If you know he's a Titan, the only Titan amongst the humans, you have to assume you're going to bump into him. And now we need to see Armin transform.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting he's a fucking Titan now. That's crazy.
And he's got a heavy load on his shoulders because they pretty much put Erwin's position
more or less they
not
told
on him.
Yeah, without specifically saying
When
it.
he was unconscious, that's what they were saying. Armin can do the same things that Erwin
Well, they
can
were
do.
basically saying it when he was awake too.
Yeah.
Because I just edited that episode and I was rewatching that, and it's funny you said that because I remember them being like, "God damn, put a lot of shit on his shoulders."
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I have faith in him though.
He's gonna definitely overcome. It's like he said in his little flashback. Like
He always does. He always does. Yeah, he always does. He panics, but he doesn't run. He eventually figures it out.
Right. Yeah, I didn't like that when he tried turning power over to Jean.
Yeah, learning lesson.
Yeah, and he's young.
Let's watch it.
Okay.
You guys want to watch the next episode early? Go check out our Patreon. We have that there as well as full length.
Oh, not much of an intro.
Get right into it. They need as much room as they could fit in there with all these.
That day.
Yeah, I guess those armbands like signify where you're from, I guess. It's funny, he kind of. I wonder if it's the same voice actor as Aaron because it sounds similar to
It
him.
does.
Yeah. This area is not great either.
No.
At all. Might even be worse.
It's yeah.
What? Oh.
私があの子を送ったのはこの男たちにへりくだった。私は父にこの男にめまいのするような憎しみを覚
Aaron.
え、
You can see where Aaron's getting it all from.
今から1820年前、我々の祖先ユミル・フリッツは第一の悪魔と契約し、巨人の力を手に入れる。そして大国マーレを滅ぼし、この大陸の支配者となる。そこからは暗黒の時代だ。
Well, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
9つの巨人のうち7つを手駒に従え、80年前の巨人大戦に勝利したのだ。
The Great Titan War.
我々が直接の加害者でなくても関係ないことだ。我々にできることはこの収容区でただつつま
I'm
しく
very
生きる
curious
こ
as
と
to
だ。
how Zeke plays into all this, you know?
私は無知で愚かで、世界は理不尽で狂っている。
So they're looked down upon because of what their ancestors did, essentially.
何の考えもなく再び世界を正すためにはエルディアを復活させなくてはならない。
Starting to see where this is going, you know?
マーレ政府の内通者はフクロウと呼ばれ、
With all the motivations, at least.
皆さんはじめまして。私はダイナ・フリッツと申します。王家の血を引く者です。
他の巨人すべてを支配し、マーレを撃ち滅ぼすことができる。しかし、
So this is the power that Aaron has.
今子、卵子を授かった。
And where's this kid now?
名はジーク。
Oh! What? Oh, I wasn't ready for that. I didn't see that coming. That is wild.
時代は移り、
They're brothers.
人は変わる。
We were wondering who this was,
急
too.
速に発展してゆく頃、
Oh, this fucking
エルデ
show.
ィア復権。今後我々に干渉するなら、壁に潜む幾千万の巨人が地上のすべてを平らに。
Yeah, that's why the religion, the church doesn't want to let them out.
手段は残されている。我々の息子ジークをマーレの戦士にするのだ。いいか、ジーク。
I can see why Zeke's already going to resent him, you know? Forcing him into all this.
何にせよ、ジークは自らと祖父祖母の安全を選んだ。愚かな良心をマーレ政府に差し出すことと引き換えに。それは残念だ。もう一本行こう。
Jesus Christ. Oh, it was the same guy.
お前に全てを託したのが間違いだったんだ。復権派もダイナもなんとか言えよ。すまない。
This episode's a lot to take in right now.
Wait,
so much shit.
so much.
Jesus Christ.
まあすぐに食われるがな。そうだろ、クルーガー。ああ、こいつ。
After going through all this shit, you almost don't blame him for doing something probably that was pretty crazy.
先に進めてくれ。お 次は女か。もったいねえ。悪魔の血じゃなきゃな。
Oh no, is this gonna be her? His wife?
Kinda.
Jesus. Those were all, he was just having those. That wasn't even from the journal, was it? It was just him.
見ろ。お前目もくれずグライスク持ってるぞ。
You know who that is, right?
Yeah, I realized it. This episode has left me speechless the entire time.
Me too.
なんでってそりゃ面白いからだろ。どうかしてると思うか。
This place is worse than the wall. I think inside the walls now.
Oh, yeah.
ああ、お前の妹、息子たちの犬に食わせたのも
This guy is fucked up.
お前らエルディア
That's right, it's
人
just the
をこの世
spinal
から
fluid, I
一匹
forgot.
残らず駆逐する。これは全人類の願いなんだよ。
That's why they think they need to be all wiped out.
心が痛むわけないだろう。人殺しはそっちだろう。
What a crazy, like, back and forth this. How do you pick a side, you know?
妹が読んでるぞ。
Oh, shit!
This guy's gonna get eaten.
Yeah, damn right he is.
Haven't we seen
Thank
this one
God.
before, too?
Does look familiar.
俺がフクロウだ。
Oh, shit. I didn't even think of that.
巨人の力はこうやって使う。
Oh, this is badass. I want to see what the owl looks like. This is a badass intro right here. Shit!
Wow.
He's like a more Jack version of Eren. Oh, you bastards. God damn. I feel like we should just immediately rewatch that one instead of watching the next one. 100%.
This is, this was a lot.
That first, like, 10
So
minutes
Ymir Fritz
was just
is the
blew my
same
mind.
name as the Ymir we know, right?
Her name isn't Fritz.
Who's the Fritz then?
Fritz was,
King Fritz, right? That was the guy acting as king for King Reese?
I believe that's correct, yeah. I think.
Who was actually really an Ackerman?
Yes. He was just putting on a show. All she said was that she was of the royal blood, which means she's a descendant of Ymir, right?
Dinah Fritz.
who
is
Ymir-
a descendant of Ymir.
I'm sure we're both going to sound like idiots this whole time, but I'm just trying to
I'm
talk
trying
it
to
out.
figure it out.
Yeah. Because there's so much. But, like, if you go...
So Ymir, the founding titan Ymir.
Yes.
What happened that she split into 9 titans?
Was it 9 or 7?
9. But what happened that caused it?
I don't remember that. That was like the first. That was like one of the first bits of information they started laying on us immediately.
Yeah.
They gave us like an hour's worth of history, or like years worth of history in 15 seconds.
It's so fast. Yeah, so whatever. So Ymir's the original founder, right? That then branched out into 9 titans.
Why do they keep saying the 7 or whatever?
Because I don't know. Because 7 of them. I don't remember. 7 of them went to like one place, I guess. And the one didn't want to fight, and I don't know about the other one.
Yeah, that sounds right. I just don't. I definitely have to go back and rewatch that.
Right, and the one that
couple
didn't
times.
want to fight went to that island and formed the 3 walls, which is now I'm confused about where Eren lives. Is that the same place?
Yeah, when they like.
Is that an island?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like,
we don't know.
we
We don't
wouldn't know. But he built the 3 walls, so
Well,
you have
no.
to assume that that's the same place.
Well, no, because when he was kicking, because there was a dock there, and then so they probably took the boat from the mainland, went up to that, because remember where they were kicking him off into the desert like that? There was just a wall, and then there was docks there, so they probably come from the mainland to the island, And because when he kicked him over, he goes, "Oh, maybe you'll reach the wall in time before like they get to you, you know, whatever." Which means if you start running out, you'll eventually hit those walls. So you're probably right. It is on the island, I would imagine.
Most likely.
And I think they said that too.
There's 2 sets of walls like that. So then that one.
So what?
But that one was like, I guess.
What Titans created the walls? That's where I'm confused.
I'm
I have to go back
assuming
and rewatch.
that's the Reese Titans. The Reese Titans.
Well,
he didn't want to fight, and he created the walls out
yes.
of.
Okay, yes, I get you. But he was one of those Titans, obviously, from Ymir, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
one of the 9.
Right.
And then like the reason that they don't rip the walls are like the threat is that if the walls come down, that millions of Titans will flood the earth and kill everybody on it, right?
So this leads into the crazy thing, which I think we talked about, like one of our early on theories. Once we learned that there was a Titan in the wall, was like, do we know if these Titans were good or if they were bad? It seems like these Titans did it for a good reason because they were trying to escape something and create like a peaceful place for people inside these walls. That's why they did it. That's what it seems like on the surface, at least. And that's kind of...
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think the Ymir Titans were wreaking havoc.
Oh, yes.
On the world.
That's what it seemed like.
And one of them didn't want to anymore. So they built this, I'm assuming, to keep the other ones out. What did you say? What did I disagree with?
That's pretty much, like... I guess their reasonings for doing it. Like, I thought they were maybe doing it to, like, build, like... But I forgot that's why it doesn't make sense, because you were right. They were wreaking havoc on people, so why would they want to help them all?
No, yeah, they don't want to help them. They want to keep them out.
Why did they build the walls then?
I guess to protect the people.
Why, though? That seems like it was like...
So the other Titans can't get them, I guess.
It seems like
because there was a Titan war.
I don't know. I think it's so, like I said, it's tough because it's like you try to look at each side. Because I can see that's where this show is going to, where we're going to get to a point where it's going to be Aaron's going to hold strong to his dad's values after learning all of his memory. Because he's essentially has his dad inside of him. That's why they're so similar.
So,
but
Grisha is good.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
It's a mix. Because he's just... His lineage... He just wants his lineage to be lived out the way it's supposed to be lived out.
That's why I think he's mostly good.
Right.
But there's a part of it...
And the way that, like, these people were... This is crazy how he grew up.
It's horrible.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were just oppressed and, like, tortured and you know what I mean?
So my whole point was like, is where his dad comes from, that, like, is that government controlled by the founding Titan? Like, or not the founding Titan, but, like, because I guess the founding Titan's inside the wall.
I don't think so.
And that's another thing. They said that the founding Titan's inside the wall somewhere, right? Essentially is what they said.
The founding Titan's inside the wall. Yeah, that's the Reese family. This internment camp, I don't know where it is.
Well, wouldn't the founding... Well, you said it was the Ymir.
Oh, Ymir's the found. Yeah, Ymir's the original.
Right.
And then why is our Ymir?
You know what I'm saying, though? It seems like my long shot guess is what's going on.
She can't be the original.
No.
I gotta go back and see what happened to Ymir. How she got split into the 9.
And where... I want to rewatch the scene of when she got kicked off the wall, because was that at the same spot where his dad just was?
Because it was kind of in the sand, right?
She said she slept in the desert for however many years.
So she is very old. And then, so everything outside of those walls is super advanced technology. How come nobody's ever flown planes or airships over the walls then?
Maybe they're not allowed to.
I guess there would be no reason to.
No. I just had a thought, though. Like, I'm just trying to think, is there any way somehow the Ymir we know could potentially be the original, and she somehow got her memory wiped? Because I have to go back and rewatch when she was first introduced, like, her backstory.
Yeah, if she was...
I don't remember
Fritz.
Specifically. I don't remember.
We've definitely heard the Fritz name before.
Yeah, I don't think it was from her, though.
No, it was definitely in the kingdom. But
regardless, is there something to that, though, where maybe she lost her memories, and then after losing her memories, no one knew who she really was, so she was just kicked off the wall. All she knows is her name's... I don't know. It could be. Who knows with this fucking show? God damn.
Zeke is Aaron's brother, for Christ's sake.
Right. I meant to bring that up before.
And so he's a rat.
But that's the whole point. It's like, is he? Because look how shitty he was being. Like, his dad treated him like shit because he was trying to force this life on him, his whole life.
No, his dad didn't treat him badass. Kinda. He was gonna be the savior for their people, and he just narked on him to.
Yeah, but
So the Marley, Marley people, I think, are the 7 other.
That's what I meant.
Titans.
That they're being, and they're controlling that other area.
And they're in control of that area.
Yeah.
And they're suppressing. Okay, that's who it is. The Eldons are the 9th one. So the 7 run the Marley. The Reese is inside the walls, and the Eldons are the ones are in the internment camp, which is Aaron's dad. And like his original and like his people.
I have to go back and rewatch what his dad was explaining to him.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, though.
He gave that where they were even. I want to rewatch it just because it looked cool too. They actually had like the pictures, like
I
you
know,
like animated. That was
like
pretty
a
cool.
scroll.
Right. I want to rewatch that for sure.
Can we get it? Did it have like names on it, like during it? Maybe we can see it.
What do you mean names?
Like a family, like the family names.
I don't remember. But regardless, I think we should just look at least at that scene. Just I want to be more. I want to be like precise on what the history was. You know. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to form any kind of good theory or ideas.
Right.
1,820 years ago. So, Ymir Fritz made a contract.
Oh, contract with the devil.
Devil of all earth and obtain the power of the Titans.
Okay.
All right, hold on, pause it right there. Because like I said, I don't want to keep forgetting. All right, so that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So Ymir made a deal with the devil, became the first ever Titan.
Right.
Then when she died, that got split into 9 Titans, right?
Is that what they said when she died?
Yeah. When she died. 1820, Ymir, she made a contract with the devil of all earth and obtained the power of the Titans.
Right. So obviously, aka the founding Titan.
Yeah, upon her death, Ymir's spirit was split in 9 Titans, who formed the Elden Empire.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, so we were wrong.
Okay, yeah. So the Eldons were the 9, all of them.
So, all right. So I have a couple questions now. Now that we know that, where are they getting the spinal fluid consistently from? Where they just have it?
Well, they they have 7 Titans. They can take them. The 9 Titans make up the Elden Empire.
Are these guys physically still alive, like somewhere, and like in prison or something?
I would assume. I don't think they die, right? After defeating the great nation of Marley, they ruled over the continent.
Okay, so we were right about that, though. Marley was.
But Marley's not Titans.
No, but it's separate. Yeah.
So okay. Marley's just the humans.
Essentially, yeah.
Right?
Right. Yes. Dark.
And then that was
subjects of Ymir called other races inferior and began to oppress them.
Right, so the Dark Ages are when...
All right, so this is my point, though, of why it's such a tough decision. Because the side that Aaron's dad is fighting for, while good for he has good intentions because he wants his people to be, like, respected, I guess. But...
They have wreaked havoc on the earth already.
And they were the oppressors to begin with.
They're the oppressors.
So how the hell are you picking the right side here? The way I at least look at it, and if I had to pick, I would still probably lean towards Aaron's dad because I don't think he's
not an evil. He doesn't seem like he wants to destroy the whole earth.
No, he just wants his people to be, like I said, respected and
right. And this is him being taught.
But why are the Marleys now still, even after all this was done, like? Why are they still oppressing these people like they were the ones doing it? Because that happened a long time ago. You know how
oppression and everything rolls downhill.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
What I mean?
That's why I'm saying I'm leaning towards his dad's side.
It needs to be done with, right? And they're keeping him in these camps and you know what I mean, treating and. I feel like I'm on the fence now. Now that I'm seeing all this.
I know.
Right, like
You don't blame the humans for
right. They just kept like multiplying.
for 1,700 years.
Yeah, their ethnic cleansing.
What does that exactly mean, though? You know,
That they were forcing everybody to like reproduce with them, so that the Elden numbers would just continue to grow.
Ah, okay, I got you. Yeah, right.
And then they could continue wreaking havoc.
かつての大国マーレは増長を極めたエルディアに内部工作を挑み、さらには9つの巨人のうち
Okay, so this is where we got confused before.
So Marley came back in and was able to get 7 out of the 9.
They brought 7 of the 9 Titans under their control. That's where
to start the war.
Correct.
And I think the one didn't fight in the war.
But keep playing, 'cause that's what it'll say. Yes, they were victorious. So it seems like in defeat he erected these walls, is what it seems like, right? Like they kicked him off and back onto the island, and he just created those walls and said, "Don't fuck with us anymore. We'll leave you alone from here on in, but don't fuck with us anymore. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem."
I think so. And fled there with all of his people.
Correct.
Okay. So abandoned and left behind on this continent.
Okay. Yep.
This is just one of the yeah. So that's the one. This is the 9th. 7 are with Marley. 1's on the island, the main Elden King, and he left. Right?
Well, that would only be 8, though. Where's the other one?
7, 8, and then this is them, abandoned and left behind on the continent.
The 7. Well, the 7.
The 7 are with the Marley.
Yes. And then the 8th is over there, and then where's the other one?
This is the other one. The 7 are in control, and then the 8th he's about to explain. They were abandoned and left behind on the continent. They wouldn't have been abandoned and left behind. You wouldn't say that about the Marley group because they're all together. And he took his people.
I know, but
his people are the ones that yeah, I don't know.
But there's only 7. They only got 7 out of the 9. They said, right?
Marley
got them. Yeah, we'll call them humans for now, just because it's
the humans have 7 of the 9 Titans. Number 8 went to the island and built the walls.
Yes.
And number 9 is abandoned by itself is now in the internment camp.
I got you. Okay.
They let them live there and stay on their land. But they're in the internment camps.
I think I ultimately, now we have all this information like processed, I feel like I still lean to, every time I get more information, I'm still leaning towards Aaron's dad. Yes. Because like I said, it has 2 factors. The fact that why they're essentially like keeping him prisoner inside of like a prison camp, essentially, is what it is.
That is what they are.
You know, and treat him like shit. These people didn't. It was how many years ago? How long has it been since that?
It was 80 years prior to this story.
That's what I'm saying. These people didn't do anything. No. You know.
That's what Aaron's dad says now. He's like, but me and my sister were just walking around.
Right. But so that's what I'm saying though. So I get why his dad would be like Grisha would be so.
Yeah, because why what? Grisha would be so mad.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm with him.
And then also like why, and then like for the future, like why does Zeke take over power? How does he become a Titan?
Zeke must because the other 7 are somehow running who's ever in charge of that internment camp.
Which is what we originally
now that
thought.
He ratted, he's gonna go higher up in the Marley, in the human group. So now he's probably the leader of the 7.
So does this mean eventually we're gonna have Aaron fighting all of these Titans at some point?
We got Aaron fighting.
And you know damn well they're gonna be badass as hell.
We got Aaron fighting Zeke, sure.
But first of all, so what I was gonna say was why are they now attacking? Why do the 7 now attack the walls of the?
I'm gonna bet you it's to gain control over the millions of Titans that are inside the walls.
We also don't know. We're not complete. I think the next one's going to have more, I hope, because we need to see how his dad got sent back in. I'm assuming he, like,
Right, how he lost. What happens after the owl thing? Then we'll find out.
yeah. And how is the owl a Titan? And why is he on his dad's?
And so badass and intelligent. Like he must be one of the 7.
Maybe. And he's actually like good. Maybe, I don't know.
Could be.
Or he's not, and he's just like all for like suppressing the rest of them.
Maybe. Where was the one where it was like the scroll?
Oh, I don't remember that. I was thinking the part we just watched. That's the part I was thinking of.
I don't know, man. This got really super crazy.
My head hurts so bad.
I know, that was a wild one.
Even though it totally helped to go back just now what we did and just...
Yeah, we had to.
I need
Otherwise, we were going to have to do it on our own. I want to rewatch it again.
I'm going to have to rewatch it again. I really want to have it just so I can try and process it.
Maybe with a notebook.
Well, because, like I said, I think this show is eventually going to, especially going into the last season, I think it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be that back and forth the whole time.
Yeah.
Where like, I don't know is Aaron doing the right thing? Is Zeke doing the right thing? You know.
Right. We need crazy. I wonder if.
I think what I was going to say earlier.
Eats the owl.
Who knows? Maybe. What I was going to say earlier. I think the ultimate goal for Aaron has to be to wipe out all the original Titans, and then just everyone's free again. No one's under control of anyone anymore. Get rid of the Titan power.
Yeah.
Get rid of that curse. Yeah. I feel like that
is what should happen.
Yes. I hope so. But, I feel like Aaron will get sidetracked somehow.
Oh, yeah. The show's going to get wild.
It's unbelievable. All right, guys. Make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time.
See you later.